Hello everyone, welcome to Tathastu and welcome to our daily current affairs MCQs, wherein we are going to discuss a lot many different MCQs, different topics, and that too we will be doing through the MCQs itself. Right, so let's get started with the class, but before that a little bit of information. The freedom batch timing, or you can say for the enrollment purpose, the date has been actually extended till 28th of August. So if you want to enroll, then you have got the time. Even this has been extended because there were lots of demand for in order to extend the date for the admission. So this has been done for you people only. So you can take admission in BA, MA, diploma plus UPSC preparation or only UPSC preparation, any of the courses, whichever you like to enroll, you can enroll in this. Apart from that, NCERT batch is also going on, so you can join in that particular course as well. Okay, let's get started with the very first question of the day, and the question is, consider the following statements about PM Usha scheme. So we have already discussed this PM Usha scheme in very detailed manner in our news analysis. So I hope that all of you must be remembering, you can recall and give the correct answer. The very first statement is the objective is to enhance the caliber of tertiary education in state universities. The second one is that this is a scheme under the jurisdiction of the Ministry of Education that is put into action. So which of these statements are correct? You have to choose the answer accordingly. So here the answer of this question is option A. Only the first statement is correct. The second statement is wrong over here. The Pradhan Mantri, this Usha is actually Uchtar Shiksha Abhiyan. Uchtar Shiksha Abhiyan, that is of the higher education scheme. It is the revised name of the Ministry of Education's initiative, which the renaming is actually has actually been done, dedicated to enhancing the caliber of education in higher education in the state universities. For this particular purpose only this PM Usha has been inducted. So the news is actually 14 states yet to join center's flagship education. So this was the news. We have already covered this thing in our DNA. Now the objective. What is the objective over here? So obviously it is related to the education. So for the betterment only. So enhancing quality by introducing changes in curricula and programs, conducting teacher training, upgrading physical and digital infrastructure, ensuring accreditation and improving employability. So in order to do all these things, this PM Usha scheme has been launched. This was launched. The states are obligated in order to establish a MOU. They are actually supposed to sign an MOU with the central authority, and after that only they would be able to get the fund from the central government over here. So that is the reason why there is dispute related to this thing, and some of the states and the UTs are not actually signing this MOU. Here the second statement is incorrect. This in June 2023, the RUSHA, that is the Rashtriya Uchtar Shiksha Abhiyan scheme, has been renamed as the Pradhan Mantri Uchtar Shiksha Abhiyan. That RUSHA has been named as the USHA. रूषा जो है वो उषा बन गई है, to align with the national education policy, and this transformation involves the centrally sponsored scheme as well. Under this PM Usha, the budgeting around 40% of the funding is actually expected to be financed by states themselves. They have to do it by themselves, and that is the reason why they are saying that from where we will be getting all these funds and all, and in order to get the benefits also, so they have to actually work according to the NEP, this new education policy 2020. So that is also the reason. So obviously a lot many problems are there. Now let's move on to the next question. With reference to retail inflation, consider the following statements. The very first one is the inflation rate signifies the pace at which the costs of products and services that individuals purchase for their personal consumption surge as time passes. The second statement is elevated inflation rates can result in a reduction in the cost of a country's exports potentially enhancing its competitiveness on the global stage. You have to find out that which of these statements are correct over here. So this question is related to the retail inflation. Answer is option A, that is the first statement is correct over here. What is the news? Retail inflation surges to 7.44% in July, and that was quite high, not only related to the inflation but also related to the heat. So July was one of the heated, or you can say sabse garmi wala time period. Now the retail inflation, also referred to as consumer price index, that is the CPI inflation, it actually indicates the velocity at which the expenses linked to products and services that consumers purchases for personal usage escalate with the passage of the time. It means that with the time, the products which we, the consumer, are actually purchasing over the period of time, and over the period of the same time, it is actually increasing also. The prices are actually increasing also. So that is what is the retail inflation or the CPI index, you can say. This consumer price index exists in 4 categories, that is the CPI industrial worker, CPI agricultural worker, CPI for rural laborer, and CPI for urban non-manual employees, that is UNME. Now the next question is related to the Hajra. Consider the following statements with respect to Mantagani Hajra. This was recently in news. The very first statement is, leading a procession in West Bengal, Mantagini Hajra played a significant role in the Quit India movement. Second statement says, her authorship is attributed to the book code name God. Third statement says, Mantagini Hajra held the position of president within the Indian National Congress at the time of Surat split. How many of the above statements are correct over here? This is very important one. Here the answer is option A. The first statement, only one statement, and that is the first statement is correct over here. President Murmu pays tribute to Matangini Hajra, Kannalata Barua. Who were these freedom fighters? So these were the ones whom the homage was paid. In honor of Matangini Hajra, President Murmu paid homage to her on the eve of the Independence Day. She was born in 1869 in the village of Hogla, Tamluk, which is over there in the West Bengal, and her roots actually trace back to this particular region itself. The book, which is named as the Code Name God, recounts the story of her Matangini Hajra. इनके बारे में जो है, this particular book has been written, and this is a literary work crafted by Mani Bhaumik. Now, the question number 4, consider the following statements with respect to Graphene Aurora program. The very first statement related to this is that the initiative strives to cultivate the advancement of technologies involving graphene. Second is, the execution of the initiative falls under the jurisdiction of the Ministry of Mines. The third statement says, within the framework of this initiative, the India Innovation Center Graphene or Graphene IICG is established to amplify research and development endeavors related to graphene. Now you have to find out that how many of these statements are correct over here. So the answer of this question is option A. Only one statement is correct. This is what you can see. India launches Graphene Aurora program to bolster graphene engineering over here. So this program has been launched recently, and it was introduced by Shri Alkesh Kumar Sharma, who is the Secretary of Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, that is METI. Innovating graphene technologies. What is the primary objective of this? The primary objective of the program is to nurture innovation is to do what? Nurture innovation in the realm of graphene technologies. So here the innovation, they are focusing on this particular thing. Now, which ministry is behind this thing? MeitY, we have already seen this thing over here itself, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. This is very important, which ministry, when, how, all these things are important when it comes to the prelims exam. Now, the insights related to graphene, what is this graphene and all, a few points related to this one. So, this is often hailed as a wonder material. And why it is actually considered as a wonder material? Because of its exceptional electrical and electronic properties. Because of this thing only, this is actually considered as the wonder material. Now, it was discovered in 2004 and it boasts the remarkable strength, even surpassing that of the steel, and exhibits the high stretchability, serving as a flexible conductor. So this is something which can be stretched. It is the one which is really very much flexible and conductor as well. So this is, and it has really very good strength as well. Its thermal conductivity notably exceeds that of the silver, and apart from that, it is actually categorized as a extreme thinness. It is really very thin, extremely thin, and mechanical robustness, transparency, and that of the flexibility, making it versatile conductor. Potential applications of the graphene encompass touch screens, light panels, and that of the solar cells also. So these were some features related to the graphene. Now the last question of the day. Consider the following statements with respect to a HELP program. The very first statement says the initiative has the goal of enhancing the empowerment of women by involving them as skilled agents within the framework of the Rashtriya Gokul Mission, that is RGM. The second statement says the execution and leadership of the program are under the purview of the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying. The third one is that this collaborative effort is a combined venture of both the Ministry of Women and Child Development and the Ministry of Fisheries, Animal and Husbandry, Dairy. So you have to find out that which of these statements, how many of these statements are incorrect over here. Okay. So here the answer of this question is the A, nahi. Sorry, so here it is supposed to be the correct one. So here is the option A, only second statement is correct and rest of the statements are incorrect. Related to that incorrect thing, we have to find out the correct one only. Okay, now first of all find out, let's see that what is this A HELP. What is this? This is actually accredited agent for health and extension of livestock production. So it is related to the livestock health and its production and all. Okay, and this A is actually the accredited agent. Okay, now the leadership and the initiator. Here this initiative is under the leadership of the Department of Animal Husbandry and Dairying. Okay, now when it comes to the women, how it is actually empowering women, it is being done as they will be actually turned into the agents over here. The core objective of the program is to empower women through their engagement as the trained agents. They will be working as a trained agents, and these agents play a pivotal role in the various aspects such as the disease control, artificial insemination within the context of the Rashtriya Gokul Mission, animal tagging, and the livestock insurance also. So here the women will be empowered in order to do, they will be trained in order to do all these kind of things. So this is the reason why it is being said that they are being empowered over here. Okay, so A HELP program launched in the state of Uttarakhand. So this is what is related to this particular MCQ. So this is it related to our today's current affairs MCQs. I hope that you people really enjoyed it. See you in the next video. Bye bye, take care and have a great time.